aggressive about it.
Yes, people, what's happening? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another live stream and welcome to the final week of the January transfer window. Here we are, day 27, bringing you all of the latest news. And as usual, guys, still nothing has happened in terms of incomings for Chelsea. But the news is that Fabrizio Romano is stating that Chelsea are set for a busy final week. We're going to bring you all the latest transfer news. Matias Te, who Chelsea are wanting to sign, apparently doesn't actually want to join the club, doesn't see the club as the right place for his development. Imagine my shock. We're going to dive into all that. Christopher Nkunku's agents are still pushing for him to join Bayern Munich. Let's wait and see whether that deal happens or not. We've got the latest on Alejandro Garnacho as well, with David Ornstein saying this deal could go right up to the final hours of the window. We've also got the latest on Man United weighing up the possibility of making a move for Christopher Nkunku as well. There's a lot of weighing up going on here at the moment in the transfer window. Plus, more updates on Liam Delap and Benjamin Sesko, as well as Chelsea's thoughts on Philip Jorgensen and Mike Penders. Big up to everyone that is locked in. Make sure you're smashing the likes, people. Make sure you're subscribing to the channel if you are new round here. Business is about to pick up this week. Well, let's certainly hope that is the case anyway, from our perspective. But let's say hello to a few people, then we're going to dive into the show and get things going. We're interested, FC. Yeah, I hear that. Tell mudding Chelsea. Yep, no, and this, we're going to get into that in a sec. But this, I think, is something that, unfortunately for us, we're going to see more and more of going forwards, in my opinion. I don't want Garnacho. Yeah, I agree on that as well. Yes, big up, big up, big up. Sky Sports saying Napoli have not... No, they haven't given up on Garnacho. They're having a few issues, apparently, with convincing Karim Adeyemi that he should come to the club. Yes, as always, bro. Yes, big up, brother. Yeah, it certainly seems that way at the moment. Certainly seems that way at the moment. Yeah, sort of like... We seem to be like sort of like at work when you've got that one person who doesn't do very much but is mastered the art of looking busy without doing anything. And that is what we are right now. Yes, big up, brother. Sancho needs to be dropped now. I agree. How's the Etihad atmosphere? Yeah, bro, pretty good for the first 20 minutes, and then things took a little bit of a turn. Nah, they won't. I mean, look, we'd all love it, but luckily, fortunately for Spurs, Wolves, Leicester, Ipswich and Southampton are all worse than them. So, yeah. Busy final week for loaning and selling players. Well, yeah, let's wait and see what happens. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a surprise deal. Yeah, no, mate. The worrying thing is, right, I don't know if this is a good position to be in or not, because literally anything could happen in this final week. And it's almost a little bit of I almost feel a little bit worried about what we could potentially find ourselves doing in this final week of the window. There is always that worry. I honestly don't know what we're going to do, and that's a little bit scary given how we have acted in previous windows. Yes, afternoon, big up. Look, I think Nkunku would just welcome a move out of Chelsea at this point in time. Yeah, I hear that. When is it enough for the fan base? But look, unfortunately, people need to realise that, you know, nothing's going to happen. In terms of protesting, doesn't do anything. You know, people need to know that doesn't really change anything. And that's going to be the same with this. No, absolutely don't hold your breath. At this point, all we can do is not turn up. People are always going to turn up to games. Like, this sort of thing gets spoken about all the time, not just with Chelsea, but, you know, across a lot of football clubs. And it never happens. It just never happens. People will always go to games. Stadiums will always be full. And if it's season ticket holders not going, then other people will go. Tourists, all kinds of people. You know, the stadiums won't be empty. You know, that they simply won't be. That's the reality. That's the reality of the situation. You know, that is the reality of the situation. But anyway, let's dive into this, guys. Let's start with the Matias Te news then. With it seemingly looking like Chelsea have been muddied by the 19-year-old who doesn't seem keen on joining. But let's get into it. Matias Te is currently not... So look, again, phrasing here is important. Currently not interested in a move. So that could maybe change, although I'm not sure how likely that is. As he does not see it as the ideal destination for his development. Te still loves Bayern, but wants to be shown a clear plan. The club will have to follow up their promises with actions in order to keep him. A meeting between the players' camp and the people in charge at Bayern is planned for this week. Now, I, for one, don't blame Matias Te for feeling this way whatsoever. If you're a young, unproven player, and it hurts me to say this, why on earth would you look at Chelsea and think that's the right move for me? You know, look what's happened to so many players. Look what's happened to Datro Fofana, David Washington, even Renato Vega, to a certain extent, Amari Kellyman. That's just four straight off the top of my head. Why, as a young, proven young player, particularly one at a big club, why would you see Chelsea as a good place for your development? You're unlikely to get many minutes, and Casadei as well. And chances are you'll be flipped on for a profit 1 or 2 years down the line. What part of that is enticing for any young player trying to, you know, forge a reputation for themselves in the game? Yeah, they're coming in. Why would it? That you can understand with players from smaller clubs why they would want to come to Chelsea. Of course you can. But when you're at a massive club like Bayern Munich, unless you're an established first-team player, why on earth would you view coming to Chelsea as the right move for your career? Why? And there's going to be plenty more of this. And, you know, people can say it's negative or whatever, but the reality is that I think now players are cottoning on to what's going on at Chelsea. They're probably realizing this so-called project isn't really as good as what it's made out to be. There doesn't really seem to be an awful lot of progress being made. And players are having second thoughts about wanting to join a football club. And I can absolutely understand why. And we're going to continue to get more of this. Now, I'm not saying that Chelsea aren't going to be able to attract players and are going to struggle to make signings. No, they're absolutely not. But if you're a young, talented player at a bigger club, why would you make the move to Chelsea? And I can fully understand Matias Te's reservations. We spoke about this on the show yesterday, in terms of, would he be the answer to what we're looking for right now? No. Yes, he's a massive talent with a lot of potential, but he's not going to come in and make an instant impact that we're looking for. But at the end of the day, we need to get used to this, because I expect this to happen a lot more regularly. And look, Teller's got a lot of development to do. He's not featured in the last 3 games of Bayern Munich. I get that. You know, there's going to be reservations around him. You know, he's not the finished article. He needs regular minutes in order to develop. Can Chelsea give him regular minutes? Sure, we could give him more regular minutes than he's getting at Bayern Munich because there is less competition for places. But at the end of the day, you know, Matias Te would be coming in as a left winger who can play through the middle. And we really need someone who is an out-and-out number 9. Now, would this be better? Would I prefer Te to come to Garnacho? Yeah, of course I would. But ultimately, neither player is moving the needle in the right direction for Chelsea in order to help us achieve what we're looking to achieve over the second half of the campaign. So this is becoming problematic at the moment, guys. Now, of course, things can change, and things can change very quickly. I'm fully aware that things can change very quickly, but it's concerning. It is concerning. No doubt about it whatsoever. It is concerning that players are now starting to wake up and are maybe now starting to see Chelsea for what it is. And right now, if you're a youngster, it's not looking that attractive. If you've got a choice between Chelsea and other clubs, you would seriously think twice about joining us. Just saying, no, he's not the first to reject us, and he won't be the last either. He won't be the last either. I get the future of buying young and loaning either way. We will make money. The problem is football, as much as people like to think it's all about money, but passion still. Yeah, of course, of course. I wouldn't go after Televi's rejecting, then he decides to join at the end of the window. Look, let's wait and see. At the end of the day, don't believe everything you read. But you can absolutely see this being true. Of course you can. You can absolutely see it being true. Players are more interested to join Arsenal, Liverpool, Man City, United than Chelsea. Look, I think players will still be interested in joining Chelsea. Don't get me wrong. We've still got a pull and we're still a massive football club and we will still attract players. Make no mistake about it. We absolutely will. But in terms of the younger players who are thinking about the next step of their career, who are thinking about where's best for them to go in order to develop and reach the potential that they've got, you have to think twice about joining Chelsea, given our track record of signings in recent times. How can you blame him? How can you blame him? And this really is something that's a long-term is a long-term issue for Chelsea. And this is a long-term issue, guys. You take you're so youth obsessed, right? You obviously you take a massive PR hit, but yeah, a lot of this youth that we're signing, we never really take them to the next level. Look at it. Look at it at the moment, right? So we've got Josh Achimpong, right? We've got Aaron Anselmino, two young centre backs. Although Achimpong can play right back, but it's two teenage centre backs, right? We've just agreed to sign another teenage centre back in Mamadou Sarr from Strasbourg, and this is purely a numbers game. Just those three there: Mamadou Sarr, Achimpong, Anselmino. There's a guarantee that one of those guys will lose out, and one of those guys will have to leave Chelsea. It's a purely numbers game, and this is the long-term fear that you just accumulate all these players, and eventually, most of them are going to miss out, and only very few will actually make it. And by taking this approach, you're seemingly capping the potential of what these players could have been. What these players could have been. And we need experience. We need players who have been there, done that, a bit more polished. Because at the moment, Chelsea seem to operate in extremes. It's either really young, or it's the other end of the spectrum, or it has been in the past. There's never any balance. It's always one end of the scale or the other. We never have any balance. Exactly. And then you potentially look at the club going for Huijsen in the summer. So you might have a situation where you've got Huijsen, Mamadou Sarr, Achimpong, and Anselmino. What's the plan there? Because all four of them are not making it at Chelsea. And this is the point here, guys. This is the point, is that there's no balance in what we're looking to do. There's seemingly no plan of action. It is just purely a numbers game. And we're just youth obsessed at the moment. We're accumulating a lot of young players. By doing that, we are capping their potential. And ultimately, a number of them are going to miss out. And Matias Te is feeling probably the exact same way. He probably looks at young players that have signed in a similar position to him, and it's exactly the same. Datro Fofana, Washington, to name a couple. And you look at that and you're thinking, from a prospective player, do I really want to take that risk in my career where I join Chelsea and the chances are there's a high chance that I could be cast aside 1 or 2 years down the line? Nah, less of that. What part of that is remotely appealing? Someone please tell me what part of that is appealing. You've got Mark Guiu as well in a very, very similar situation. What part of this is appealing, guys? Because right now we're just purely playing a numbers game. Purely playing a numbers game. And it's dangerous. It's absolutely dangerous. And this is my point, right? We've seemingly been rejected by Matias Te, but then I've still got people in the chat, people on social media saying, oh, let's go and get Gyökeres, let's go and get Osimhen, let's go and get Leao, let's get Barcola, let's go and get Bastoni, let's get Isak. Guys, you are not accepting the current reality. We can't buy players who are already at a top level. We cannot buy it. We cannot buy players who are already on a top level. So I want to stop people to stop. I need to stop hearing people saying, let's get Isak, let's get Gyökeres, let's get XYZ player. Guys, we're being rejected by Matias Te. These men are not coming to the football club. The sooner we accept our reality and the sooner people realize where we're at, the easier it is going to be for people the easier it's going to be. We're in the Conference League, guys. Wake up. You know, the only way we're going to get good players at this point in time is to buy them before they get good. That's our reality right now. That is our reality right now. And that is what we are trying to do. We're not getting any established players at this point in time. That may change once we become serious and get ourselves back into the Champions League, which will hopefully be this season. But there's a reason why we're never linked with any big names really anymore. Yeah, it is kind of weird because he's another one. You look at that and you think, why would you come to Chelsea? You know, why would you come to Chelsea? Why, if you're Garnacho, are you thinking that's a good move to make? I'm not sure. You're not better than Jadon Sancho. You're not really better than any of the wide options that we've got. And why would you think that's a better move for you? I don't get it. I really don't understand it at the moment. But this should be a big reality check for a lot of Chelsea fans. And that should be a reality check for a lot of Chelsea fans. People think that, you know, we're gonna miss out, or we're missing out on players and whatnot. Yeah, we are missing out on players because they're waking up and they're smelling the coffee and they're realizing that this project isn't really what it's made out to be at this point in time. Sure, a few years down the line, things might work out, but right now, players are thinking twice, and rightfully so. Are they thinking twice? Rightfully so. They are thinking twice about the current situation. Now, wages are low in comparison to top clubs, but in terms of the players that we're looking to attract, we can offer them a lot more money than they're on at their current clubs. We can buy players on top level. There's nothing stopping us. No, they're not interested in coming. Why would you come to Chelsea right now? Teller's seen the light. He has. The way we're being run by these owners, would you want to qualify for the Champions League? No, I don't think we get embarrassed in Europe. Of course, I want to qualify for the Champions League. I want the best possible situation for Chelsea that we can get. I want the best possible situation for the club. But right now, it's hard to see. No, bro, new goalkeeper, forget it. You know, forget it. You know, there's more important things that we need to sort out right now. But yeah, this should be a reality check for us. This should be a reality check for us right now. And it looks like the Napoli might be going back in for Garnacho as well. Now, imagine if we miss out on Garnacho as well, who is a top target. And, you know, we miss out on Garnacho and we miss out on Matias Te. Imagine that happens. Then you're sort of thinking, what is going on here? What is going on here? What the fuck are we doing? And I'm just at a bit of a loss as to what sort of the plan is here and what we're thinking about. Adeyemi as well was another one that we've been linked with. Another one. I have a lot more respect for Tel now after this. Why would any player with ambitions to grow as a footballer and win things want to come here? That's the sad reality of the situation, guys. Is that no one will want to come here with those ambitions. Why? Yeah, they do. They absolutely do. I've mentioned this several times on the show before. They do. So yeah, let's wait and see what happens with this Matias Te situation, whether his mind changes or not as we get closer to the end of the window, whether Chelsea just try and offer with Bayern, maybe they try and do something with Nkunku as well. Everything is still on the table potentially, but yeah, it's looking like that Matias Te at this point in time on Monday, 27th of Jan, doesn't fancy the move for Chelsea as he doesn't see it as the right place for his development. So there we are. That is the latest with Matias Te. Moving from one youngster to another, guys, let's bring you up to date with the latest on Chelsea's pursuit of Alejandro Garnacho. And this is an update from David Ornstein. There have been inquiries from Chelsea, but we don't know if it is going to materialise. I would expect it to go down pretty late in the window, and there could be some last-minute deadline activity. Now, my thing with this is, right, if you want this player, why are you potentially waiting right until the end of the window to bring someone in? Are you trying to wait so late so you can get a discounted deal because you think Man United are really struggling financially? What is it? It is pretty late in the window. It's the last fucking week. And don't tell me this was the plan. Oh, the plan was to wait till the final week of the window and then that's when we're going to do our business. So the plan was to waste 3 weeks and then wait for the last week of the window to do everything. That's not a plan. That's a panic. That's a state of panic. And don't tell me it's difficult to sign players in January. Don't tell me you can't get players in. Man City have gone out and signed 3 players in the first 3 weeks of the January window. Don't tell me that it's difficult to sign players in January. If you want to sign players in January, you can sign them in January. We have actively chosen to waste time and not bring players in. That's the reality of the situation, guys. We've actively chosen to waste time. It's pretty late in the window. It doesn't take exactly. We're probably deciding what method to send the bid by. We're probably trying to cut corners. Should we send it first class Royal Mail? Should we send it second class? Should we go carrier pigeon? Should we send it recorded delivery? We're probably at that stage where we're deciding what method of transportation to send the bid with. Or we're deciding what the cheapest phone to use is to send the bid or however they do it. It's becoming a joke at this point. It is becoming a complete and utter joke right now, what we're doing. And I just don't understand what the thought process here is and what is the plan. Because if you want Garnacho, go and get him. Don't start waiting and wasting time in the window. We've wasted 3 weeks right now. We've wasted 3 weeks here. And why are we now waiting for the final week to do all our business and to conduct all the outgoings that we need to conduct as well? I don't get it. I'm just a bit confused right now as to what we're doing. They want to put pressure on United to get a better price. Sure, but that's not a plan. Just wait till the end and hope that the price drops. United, have got other players that they might sell. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense in my opinion. Guys, keep smashing the like button as well. We're 120 in the building. We're only on 47 likes. Let's get these likes up, guys. Let's get this to 100 likes. Smash the likes. Subscribe if you're new around here. All of that good stuff. All of that good stuff, guys. Run up those likes. Let's get it to 100 likes and keep subscribing to the channel if you are new around here. That would be greatly appreciated, guys. But yeah, it is a strange one, people. It is a strange one. It's weird, the Garnacho rumour. Surely if he was Chelsea bound, United wouldn't have started him in their last few games. United aren't looking to sell Garnacho. They're not actively looking to sell him. They're happy to keep him, but they know that they need to raise money in order to invest, and they want to sign a wing back. They want to sign Patrick Dorgu from Lecce, and they need to raise money in order to do that. Now, with how poor the United squad is at this point in time, they've got very few sellable assets, and Garnacho is one of those. So they would regrettably sell if the £60 million price is met, so they can invest in other areas of the squad that need strengthening. They are not looking to actively sell him. They'd be happy to keep him. So this is not a case of the player wanting out. This is not a case of United wanting to get rid of the player. This is United looking at opportunities in the market. Pursuing Garnacho doesn't make sense. No, it doesn't. But a lot of stuff that we do doesn't make sense at the moment. Against City, we got done for 2 goals from Ederson's distribution. If any other goalkeeper could do that, well, I mean, the defence was poor as well. Would Garnacho be a good signing? No, I don't think he would be a good signing because he's not really an improvement on anything that we've already got. So no, I don't believe that Garnacho would be a good signing. These owners have done lots of business in the last week in previous transfer windows. Bro, look how poor the summer window was. Summer window was atrocious. Probably our worst one since 2017. And this window is heading a similar way right now. Nothing special about Garnacho anyway. No, I agree. But it's more the principle, right? If you're publicly making it clear that he's one of your top targets and you're unable to do a deal, then it really doesn't reflect very well on you, does it? It really doesn't reflect very well on you at all. I don't even trust these owners to sign players now. I'd rather use the academy. Well, in certain instances, we should be using the academy. Why are we not waiting until the summer? Why are we not going to give Tyreek George a chance and use him as a fourth option in the wide areas? Garnacho, he's not better than. Yeah, he started over him at United because Sancho was frozen out. Because that would make too much sense, wouldn't it? Garnacho is not better than Jadon Sancho. He's not. Has he got the potential to be better than Jadon Sancho? Sure, absolutely. There is the potential there for him to be better than Sancho. Right now, he's not. But yeah, we're now seeing that Napoli are also potentially interested in re-entering conversations for Garnacho. And it'll be interesting to see what goes on. But, you know, Fabrizio saying that Chelsea are going to be busy this week. Well, what are we on? We're partway through day one of the final day of the window. And we've been rejected by a 19-year-old for the 3rd time in a month. Good start, guys. Real good start. Real good start to the window. Rejected by a 19-year-old for the 3rd time in less than a month. Brilliant start. No, well, they might well be, but they're revisiting the Garnacho deal because Adeyemi has apparently got doubts about going to Napoli. You know. Yeah, and this is it here. You know, new contacts are expected to take place between Napoli and Man United about Garnacho. New contacts are expected to take place between Napoli and United for Alejandro Garnacho in the next few hours. So apparently, new contacts are going to take place today for Garnacho. That's an interesting one, guys. An interesting one here. I suspect that they haven't fully given up on that. Conte, we know, has spoken to Garnacho on the phone to try and convince him to come to Napoli. We've got Scott McTominay there, who he knows. Napoli obviously going great guns in Serie A. They're top. There's no European football this season, but in generally speaking, it would be regular Champions League football. And if I'm Garnacho, yes, obviously, you know, he apparently prefers to stay in the Premier League, but this would also be an equally very good move for him. But I think ultimately it's going to come down to who pays the most money, and it's going to come down to player preference. Like always, it will be generally the highest bid, and the most important thing is the player preference. Now, if United are desperate for money, then they might accept slightly less if it means they're able to join. They're able to get a bit more money. They might accept slightly less if they're able to get the player on and invest in the squad. Very busy scouting players that don't improve the squad. Absolutely. Hopefully Conte can do us another favour, guys. Hopefully Antonio. Hopefully he can do us another favour. Jonathan David's available. He is. Although I suspect that he's going to leave on a free from Lille in the summer, and there'll be a scramble for his signature. You could do a lot worse than signing Jonathan David, but I don't look at that and think that he's really part of Chelsea's plans. Yeah, and that is part of his thinking. That, I imagine, could well be part of his thinking. Absolutely agree on that front. That could well be part of his thinking. So yeah, we will have to wait and see what happens on it. Garnacho is not better than Sancho. I don't know why people think this. But it's really it's a bit of a pointless conversation, really, because every player knows, trust the process. So-called products are bullshit. Nobody wants to. Look, players will come to Chelsea, but I think a lot of players are now wising up to the fact that maybe the project isn't actually all it was cracked up to be. Yes, bro, I've explained this several times. He started over him because Sancho got frozen out. That's why. United and Napoli want to help each other. Garnacho one way, Osimhen the other. I mean, look, there's possibilities. There's multiple possibilities at play here. Multiple possibilities at play. But it looks like that Napoli aren't fully out of the race for Garnacho. They could well be entering back into it. And it seems like we're going to get a situation where this saga is probably gonna go right up to the final hours, or certainly, the last couple of days. And all we can do is sit tight and wait and see what these guys have got in store for us. But that is the current state of play, really. That is the current state of play. We just have to sit tight and hope that these guys do something. But in terms of Garnacho, let's wait until the end. Let's wait until, obviously, we have to wait for the coming days to see what happens. Bro, it's going to be a deadline day bomber. It probably is. Give it like an hour before kickoff at Stamford Bridge against West Ham. There'll be some sort of deadline day bomber. Absolutely. Of some description, there will 100% be one. Yeah, look, they've not been good enough this season, but they are better than Garnacho. Yeah, look, Chelsea, that's not new information. Chelsea have been interested in Benjamin Sesko. They've been tracking Benjamin Sesko for a while. Look, Arsenal are very interested in him as well. There'll be a host of other teams interested in him. Yeah, it's another player that Chelsea are looking at. Another player that Chelsea are looking at, and let's see what happens. Madness. People were talking about Victor Boniface yesterday, right? I mean, I don't know who was mentioning it in the chat. If you're in the chat today, let make yourself known. Someone that was mentioning Victor Boniface, bro. Even Al Nasr are showing more ambition than us in the market. Al Nasr have started official talks with Victor Boniface as new striker. Negotiations on with Bayer Leverkusen for the Nigerian striker to replace Talisca, who obviously went to Fenerbahce. The other candidate is John Duran, but Aston Villa still insist on keeping him at the club. So even we've got Al Nasr, we've got man in the Saudi League who are showing more ambition than Chelsea in the transfer market. if that is possible, if Boniface is possible, right, and it looks like it could well be possible, then why are Chelsea not looking to do something? Why are Chelsea not looking to do something? I don't understand it. I don't understand it. Oh, I don't understand it. Why? I don't understand it, people. But this is my point, right? When people tell me, oh, it's difficult to get players in January, you know, it's really difficult. No, it's not. Yes, it's harder than the summer. Players are out there to be got. Players are out there to be got. And this is my point. This is my point. All right. I'm not saying that we're going to go and sign Victor Boniface, but people are telling me, oh, it's difficult to get players in January. It's difficult to sign a striker. Well, why are all these clubs showing more ambition than us? Why? How is that possible? How is that possible? I just, I don't understand it. I don't understand it. I don't understand what's going on. Well, I do understand what's going on. We're just a bit of a shambles at the moment. I do understand what's going on, but we are shambolic, absolutely shambolic on and off the pitch right now. Bro, wages-wise, sure. But are you telling me if Boniface had a choice to go Saudi or Chelsea, that he'd choose Saudi? Maybe he might do. Maybe he might do. But this is my point. This is my point. Is that players are there to be got. Players are there to be got, and we're actively choosing not really to do anything. And that, for me, is unforgivable. That, for me, is well and truly unforgivable. As is the fact, guys, we still haven't got 100 likes. So smash that like button. It's free. It takes seconds to do. We're on 72 likes. Let's get this up to 100 likes, guys. And please keep smashing that subscribe button if you are new round here. Stop talking about Evan Ferguson. He can't play for Brighton, so you expect him to do a better job at Chelsea. Yeah, I mean, we're getting to the point of desperation where people are now mentioning Evan Ferguson on a 6-month loan. This is how far we have fallen. This is how far we've fallen. Yeah, bro, it's some Arsenal mentality. It is a weak mentality in the bin situation. Weak mentality in the bin situation. You know, it's incredible. Absolutely incredible. Weak in the bin mentality is piss poor. You know, that this is it. You can go and do business in January, so go and do it. Go and do it. But look, Garnacho probably going to go right up to the deadline day. Let's have a look at the latest on another player who is probably going to go up to deadline day. And that is the future of Christopher Nkunku, a player who clearly doesn't want to be at the club, a player who doesn't have a role at the football club, a player who looks disinterested, a player who, unfortunately for us, had to come on at the weekend against City, offered absolutely nothing. I reckon he touched the ball less than 5 times, or maybe 5 times. I've got no idea. And that is the situation that we're in. But we are obviously going to have to try and move Nkunku out in order to bring another attacker in. There's not space in the squad to have all the attackers that we've got right now and look to bring in another one. So we have got to find a situation where we'll be able to move someone else out. Now, Nkunku looks the most likely candidate. Maybe Joao Felix, something might materialise for him in the final weeks of the transfer window, but it doesn't look particularly likely. It doesn't look particularly likely. So we're gonna have to hold tight on this one. But according to Florian Plettenberg at Sky Germany, Understand Chelsea and Man United remain in contact regarding a transfer of Nkunku. This is also because a departure of Alejandro Garnacho still remains a possible scenario. Nkunku is open to a move. A deal with Bayern is also still possible, but it depends on Matias Te, who may reconsider a decision to stay at Bayern this week. But Te currently not considering a move to Chelsea, as we covered earlier. So, I mean, guys, how would you feel about Nkunku making a potential move to Bayern Munich? To Man United. Guys, how would we feel about that? Nkunku going to United? And this is typical, right? This is absolutely typical because Chelsea can't seemingly do any business with any club without trying to do a deal with someone else. You can't seem to do anything. You can't seem to inquire normally. Oh, we'd like to sign Garnacho. But are you interested in Nkunku? We're interested in XYZ player. We'd like to try and involve this player in a potential deal. It's mad. It's absolutely mental. Why can we just not do business like a normal football club? Why is it always got to be we take one, you take one type of business? This player trading, this billionaire top trumps that we're seemingly playing is mental. I mean, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? Is my big question, and I don't have the answers to it. No, watch you score against us, blow balloon red, rather than go to Bayern. Can't do it. He's a top ready-made player. Yes, mate. Hope you're well. Shame is going to have a probably experiment with Palmer on the wing with Nkunku as the 10. Yeah, I know. It is a shame. The Nkunku situation is so weird, though, because we all thought it was going to be great for us. And, he's been a victim of circumstances. Obviously, the injury last season didn't help him. But then Cole Palmer turning out to be way better than anyone ever expected has not helped him either. But I always maintain the final nail in the Nkunku coffin was a signing of Joao Felix. That for me was the final blow for him. And yes, he's a top player, and yes, he's really good, and I like him, and he can contribute. But the reality is, he doesn't really suit the way we're looking to play, and you can't. There's not room for him in the team in his preferred position. So unfortunately, we are going to be better off getting rid of him and bringing in a striker, which is going to give us better balance to the squad at the end of the day. People will shout about Palmer should start at least a game on the bench. No, I wouldn't bench Palmer. No, rather Felix stay at Chelsea. I don't understand why fans want him gone. To say offers nothing is wrong. He hasn't offered an awful lot. No, we do want players. There have been strong links with a lot of players, but yeah, at the moment, it's not looking great. It is looking a little bit shit for us right now. Palmer's always going to start. You can't really make a legitimate case for Cole Palmer to be put on the bench. You just can't. That's the reality of the situation, guys. You just can't really make a case for Cole Palmer to be on the bench. You just can't. That's the reality. That is the reality. Felix is better, but I would love him to cook for us. Bro, there's no protest, and protests don't do anything. Protests do not do anything. There's been talk of protests in the past. People have organized protests, and like one man and his dog turns up. The reality is that protests don't work, people. That is the reality. Maresca's spoken about this before, shifting Palmer to the right. And his explanation was you play Palmer on the right, but if you have an overlapping fullback, then Palmer naturally drifts into the centre anyway. And we know that Maresca likes to play with two out-and-out wingers to hold the width. And that seemingly isn't going to change. But having said that, yes, I would like to see Palmer tried on the right-hand side with a Felix or an Nkunku in the 10. I would like to see that. I would absolutely like to see that. Absolutely, I'd like to see that. You know, I'd absolutely like to see that. But you know, Maresca seems stubborn. He's been asked that on a number of occasions, and we still haven't seen it. So I don't think that is going to happen whatsoever. It feels like it. I mean, look, it's never too late to change, but it does feel like we're a little bit too far down the road for that to be for that to be for that to happen. Yeah, I think it's too much. I think it's too much. It's not going to happen. What else is being said here? My main issue is Jackson not wasting too many chances. I feel like that's what's costing Chelsea. Jackson is wasting chances, yeah, of course, but we need to be more clinical all over the football pitch. You know, we're not one player is not the reason we're not performing well. Guys, we're 12 likes away from 100 likes. Run it up, run it up, run it up. Keep smashing that like button. It's free. It takes seconds to do, and I would greatly appreciate it. So please make sure you run up the likes. Get this to 100, guys. We're closing in, and keep subscribing if you are new round here as well. The model must change. We can't keep signing kids. I agree. No, maybe he doesn't. But like I said this time and time again with Jackson, Nicholas Jackson's not the problem. The problem is that we've put him in this position to be Chelsea's number one at a stage when he's not ready to be that. Jackson should be an alternative option as a striker, and we should have a more established striker in the team. So I don't blame Jackson for what's going on right now. Yes, he needs to do better, as everyone needs to do better. The biggest issue is a lack of an alternative and a lack of a striker for Jackson to learn from. No competition for his place, no pressure on his position. These are the bigger issues, and Jackson missing the chances. Sell some forwards, bring in a new striker and a goalkeeper. Yeah, if only if it was that easy. He's risking Palmer, especially if he's carrying an injury. Maresca should not risk him. I think he said he had a small ankle problem in the Wolves game. I don't think Maresca would play him unless he knew that he wasn't. If he knew that he wasn't 100% fit or close to being 100% fit. I refuse to believe that that would be the case. I do refuse to believe that would be the case, but I don't know. Look, you can blame Jackson for missing chances. Sure, you can criticize Jackson for missing chances, but at the end of the day, it's a recruitment issue because there's no alternative option. And how have you spent that much money and not addressed an area that's needed addressing for 3 years? Now, do I want Nkunku to go to Man United? Probably not, no. But at this point, I don't really care where this guy ends up because we need to move a player out and we need to bring a striker in. So if it means Nkunku has to go to Man United, then let's give him to Man United. That for me is the reality. That for me is the reality of the situation now, guys. I'm happy I'm happy for Nkunku to go to Man United because we need to move an attacker out and we need a striker in. And if that means Nkunku's got to go to United, that means Nkunku's got to go to United. Simple as that, guys. Simple as that. Guys, 7 more likes. Keep smashing the like button. Let's get it there. Let's get it there. You know, this is what it is. If it means that, it means that. If it means that, it means that. And I hope we can just do something. Yeah, this is peak. This is peak. Yeah, tough. Jackson can't strike a ball. Have you seen a video comparison between him and Gea? No, I've not seen that. But to suggest that Jackson can't strike a ball I just think is nonsense. He clearly can. He's going for a difficult spell right now. He tends to go through these spells in his career. This is not really something new in that regard. It is not really something new. Maldini, as our sporting director, would be class. Perhaps he would be, but it's not going to happen. The fact that a poor player like Noni is our best winger is scary and worrying. Look, I don't think Noni's poor, by the way, but yeah, look, we need more output from the wingers. We 100% need more output from the wingers. That's not up for debate. That is facts. We need more output from them. The team will win on Monday against West Ham, and Arsenal versus Man City will not be an easy game. Chelsea fans should not worry. I think Chelsea fans have got every right to be worried about what's happening right now. I'm not feeling the idea that Garnacho ain't no sort of upgrade. Yep, I agree. I don't think Sesko's rejected us. He's believed to prefer a move to Arsenal, but again, Sesko is set to be on the move in the summer. I don't think he's going anywhere this month. I don't think he's going anywhere this month. That is my current thoughts on the situation. But again, you never know what's going to happen in the window, and things could maybe change. I like Noni. He needs to be more consistent. We need to see more from him. But I actually think he's had a pretty decent season on the whole. I think he's had a pretty decent season on the whole. Just like new strikers, Victor Gyökeres or Liam Delap. We're not going to get Gyökeres because Vlahovic earns an absolute fortune, and that's just not going to happen. Vlahovic earns a fortune, and it's not going to happen. Yeah, exactly, guys. How are we not on 100 likes? People, seriously. Seriously. How is that not taken place yet? Run it up, and keep subscribing. But yeah, talking of strikers, that is a nice segue for us into a bit of news from Ben Jacobs last night on a Twitter space. I think Chelsea are in pole position for Liam Delap, and I think they're ahead of other clubs in terms of player buy-in. One for the summer. Benjamin Sesko is also one to watch. Now, if they're supposedly ahead in player buy-in, right, why would we not try this month? Why would we not try this month? I don't really see it as a problem. I don't really see it as a problem. Why would you not try this month? Surely it makes perfect sense to try this month. You know, if you've got player buy-in, if you believe that you're ahead, of other clubs, give it a go. Give it a go. Why would you not try this month? That is the question that I don't understand right now. Yes, Boniface is potentially available. Victor Boniface is potentially available, but we're not going to go for him. We could get a Sesko bomber. Look, this is what I was saying earlier. You literally have got no idea what these guys might do. You've got no idea. You've got no idea what they might do. Absolutely no idea. But why wouldn't you at least, even if it doesn't seem possible, why would you not just put the offer on the table and tempt them? Why would you not just try and tempt teams with an offer? This is my point. Now, I get it. You don't really want to bid for players unless you know they're going to come. I understand that. But if the offer's there, then they might think twice about it. I just don't get why we don't even really show any intention to even go for anyone. I don't understand why we don't even show any intention. I don't understand it. I don't get it. Why are we not showing some intent? Let's stop monitoring. Let's stop looking at it. Let's stop working on this player buy-in. Let's stop putting ourselves in pole position, and let's start fucking acting. Let's start acting like a serious football club. Well, yeah, maybe we are. Bro, Sesko's miles better than Mark Guiu. Come on, people. Let's not be absolutely ridiculous here. Sesko is considerably better than Mark Guiu. And Sesko or Delap, I don't really care, to be perfectly honest. Out of those two, I'd be happy with either one. I get it that not everyone is going to be happy with that. But that's the state. That's our current state of play, guys. Bro, clubs will sell. This idea that clubs won't sell in January just isn't true. It's just a defeatist mentality. You know, clubs will sell, even if it's reluctantly. Clubs will sell because money talks at the end of the day. Money talks at the end of the day. Money talks at the end of the day. So, you know, it's nonsense and it's a loser mentality. A loser mentality to suggest that, you know, clubs won't sell in January. They will. Yeah, Liverpool sold us Torres in January all those years ago. Like Suarez left Ajax in January. You know, clubs will sell players in January. Stop buying from Leipzig. Track record is not good. I mean, it was the other one. Oh, yeah, Werner was from Leipzig. Now, to be fair, I think Benjamin Sesko is a lot better than Timo Werner, but it's weird, like, just in terms of Bundesliga players, right? Isn't it funny how we've really had next to no success signing players from the Bundesliga? But then you look at players that Man City have signed from the Bundesliga, and they've all been big successes. Kevin De Bruyne, Ilkay Gundogan, Haaland, Mamouche is too early to say, but he looks very good on his debut. Akanji, like they've signed very good players from the Bundesliga, whereas when we go to the Bundesliga, we seem to sign players who are seemingly not fit for purpose. Oh yeah, Josko Vardiol as well come from the Bundesliga. So this is what I'm saying, guys. This is what I'm saying. There are players there to sign. Mate, Werner has scored a very specific type of goal in the Bundesliga. Loads of space in behind. I do wonder, and you're never going to get that space in the Premier League. Never. I do wonder what would have happened if he joined Jurgen Klopp at Liverpool. I wonder if he would have been any better. It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell. But look, those seem to be our, unless we've got a bit of a surprise up our sleeve, those two seem to be the most likely options for Chelsea at striker in the summer. Those two seem to be the most likely options, and that's a bit of a concern. That is a little bit of a concern. That is a little bit of a concern. Sesko's mid, fair enough. That's people's opinion. Chelsea not even trying at all. It always in the window. Why not bid Delap 60 mil now? We need a striker. Yeah, bro, I hear you. I hear you. Why don't we just try? Why don't we just try? I don't understand why we're not even trying. Of course, look, we don't know what goes on behind the scenes. I fully appreciate that we don't know what goes on behind the scenes, but the reality is that we should be trying. We should at least be trying to do something, and it's seemingly looking like we aren't trying to do anything. That's my problem. Trust me, he's just another Tammy Abraham. Let's wait and see. Just pay the money now because we'll have better chances qualifying. I agree. It's something I've always said. We need John Duran, Gyökeres or Osimhen. Gyökeres and Osimhen are not going to happen. Duran, I think we missed our chance there. He's seemingly going to be way too expensive now. Way too expensive, in my opinion. Yes, Sesko is absolutely good in the air. He's an unbelievable ball striker. Unbelievable ball striker. 60 mil should be going on Gyökeres, not those two shitters. Gyökeres is not coming to Chelsea, but I hear it. At least Sesko's good in the air. Yep. Ipswich just trying to stay up. They're not going to sell their best player mid-season. Bro, money talks. Money talks. If you slap 60 mil on the Ipswich table, I tell you what, they'd be very interested in doing business. I'm sure if we go to Sporting and drop 80 mil, we can get Gyökeres right now. Maybe. If we don't get a striker, we won't make the Champions League, bro. That's my biggest concern. I honestly feel right now, if we don't get a striker this window, and I've said it many times before, then we're not going to finish in the top 4, and that would be catastrophic. Absolutely catastrophic. Absolutely catastrophic if that happens. But I'm starting to get worried now, and I'm coming round to the idea that we actually just might not do anything. That I'm starting to think we might not do anything. Surely we're going to do something, but I'm losing faith. I am losing faith. But it looks like, again, now from Sky, Napoli set to resume talks with Manchester United over Garnacho in the next few hours, according to Sky Italia. United would be reluctant sellers, but are not in a position to turn down a sizable offer. Chelsea have not yet shown official interest. So what level of interest have we shown? We've just shown unofficial interest. It's baffling the way that we're operating right now. Absolutely baffling. Why are our scouts not monitoring Santi Jimenez? I think AC Milan are all over Santiago Jimenez. They've definitely put an offer in. I think they're looking to go for another offer. Let's wait and see. Only 7 or 8 days left. Yep. Amazon show on Chelsea. Why is that not now? Oh, what was happening there? We're good. We're back in the mix. Yep. Why is our scouts not monitoring? I've done that. Amazon show on Chelsea would be cinema. It absolutely would be. It's like opposites. Poch started badly, ended well. Enzo started well, and it's going bad. Do you know what? Right, it is going. I still feel we can turn it round. But what's mental is that we've got 1 win from our last 7 games, yet we're still only 1 point outside the top 4. How is that? How is that possible? How is that possible? 1 win in 7, and we're still only a point outside the top 4. So, according to Sky, we've yet to show any official interest in Garnacho. So, this is all confusing and all not really making much sense. Yeah, that's a strange one. But come on, Antonio, come on, Napoli. Come on, Antonio, come on, Napoli. You know, it's so this is supposedly a top target for us, and we've not. And it's the final week of the window, and we reportedly haven't shown any official interest. Well, what's going on there? What is going on there? I mean, what are we doing here? I mean, I'm happy to hear that, by the way. I'm happy to hear that. But why is there no... Why have we not shown... If this is a genuine target, why have we not shown any official interest? Not yet shown official interest, FC. We know what we are. We know what we are. Not yet shown official interest, FC. We know what we are. That is exactly what we are. Yeah, we could be. We could be. Should we call back Dancho Fofana? Probably not. No, we're going down. It's not looking good. We need 3 to 4 elite players. We do need. I agree. The board's lack of wanting to progress this team will continually hamper us. It absolutely will be. It absolutely will be. Problems indeed, guys. Guys, we're 113 likes. 7 more likes required to hit the 120. Let's get this to 120, guys. Run it up, run it up. Keep smashing that like button. Keep hitting the subscribe button as well if you are new round here. That would be greatly appreciated. We're 8 away from 15,520. Let's get there, people, if we can. But yeah, keep running these likes up, guys. Let's get it to 120. Do I think Ruben Diaz will be tempted to join Chelsea? That's like saying, do you think Margot Robbie would be tempted to date me? Absolutely fucking not. No chance whatsoever. No, I'm not about booing before the game's even started, but I'll be pissed if he starts. Raging if he starts. Should get Delap. His hold-up play is good. Yeah. Delap's good. He is good. He is good, but yeah, this is going to be tricky, guys. This is going to be tricky. Nah, brother. No, come on. Let's be real here. Although there could be more chance of that happening than us actually signing anyone this month. So, yeah, maybe. But nah, I don't see it, guys. I don't see it. Bro, do you honest? I don't know. We're not going to get Isak or Gyökeres. I don't know why people continually think that we're going to get these guys. We're not on that level. We're not on that level to attract that caliber of player. Yes, big up to Stephen for the donation. Greatly appreciated. Unofficial interest FC. Exactly. That is us. That is our reality, guys. That is our reality at this point in time. And it's criminal. Having Delap as an option just shows how we'll continue without the mistake of insisting on players who are not ready. Yeah, no, he's not ready. I agree that he's not ready. But would you rather continue with no alternative option or have a player who's not ready? I'd rather have a player who's not ready because I don't want to continue with our current situation that we're in. So is Delap the ultimate option? No. But is it better than what we've got? It absolutely is. No, Isak's got no reason to join Chelsea. If you're Alexander Isak and you look at the situation at Chelsea, are you thinking, yeah, do you know what? That's a great move for me. That's a great move for me. No, you're not thinking that at all. Yeah, Liam, we are, brother. We are at a 1 year level right now. We're at, do you know what? We could be entering our era where we have to do Man United settings where we might be looking to sign strikers on loan. We might be doing like a fucking Igalo or a Wout Weghorst type of madness. That's where we are right now. The same reasons why Matias Te wouldn't want to join. The same reasons why anyone wouldn't want to join. Gyökeres wouldn't want to join because he'll have better offers from elsewhere. That's the reality, guys. I'd rather have Delap playing up front than Jackson. No, look, I haven't got an issue with Jackson, but we desperately need an alternative. Get an alternative through the door. That has to be our intentions. That must be our intentions. Get an alternative through the door and get an alternative through the door right now, guys. Right now. You know, bro, buying Delap now doesn't help us at all. That doesn't help us. We need help right now. And buying him and then loaning him back doesn't actually help us out at all. Yeah, we could do a deal like that in theory, but we need help right now. And doing that doesn't help us right now. Yeah, okay, it will help us in the summer, but it doesn't help us right now. And we need help right now. Yep, that's also a fair point. But the plan with Gio was just flipping for profit. Let's be real. The only reason we signed him was because he had a cheap release clause. Otherwise, we're not going anywhere near that kind of deal. Otherwise, we're not going anywhere near that kind of deal. And that's the reality, guys. That is the reality. Maresca needs to use the squad and let everyone know they have a chance and no one's granted a place. Well, unfortunately, we haven't got options in certain areas of the squad, so that isn't always possible, guys. But yeah, let's see what else is popping off at the moment, guys. Because oh God, can Napoli please Napoli? Oh yeah, we were gonna discuss this, the goalkeeping situation as well. We're looking at the goalkeeping situation. Chelsea have high hopes for Philip Jorgensen, who has been their second choice for most of the season, and for Mike Penders, the goalkeeper who will join them in the summer. So it's unlikely they will sign another goalkeeper in this transfer window. If you've got such high hopes for Jorgensen, why don't you give him a run in the team? If you've got such high hopes for these players, why do you continually stick with Robert Sanchez despite the bullshit that he has been serving up this season? And it is utter garbage that Robert Sanchez has been serving up. Complete and utter garbage this man has been serving. It sounds like a classic PR brief. High hope, but never plays him. Yeah, it's a really interesting way to treat a player with high hopes. And you've got someone who's shit in goal and you really rate someone, you've got high hopes for them. But even when someone is playing absolutely shocking, they still can't get a look in. That's a really strange way of operating. A really strange way of operating. I don't really get that personally. I don't get it. I don't understand it. I don't know what we're looking to do. I don't really understand anything that this football club. I don't understand it, guys. What are we looking to do? What are we looking to do, guys? It's confusing. It is confusing. Very, very, very confusing right now. Really confusing, people. Really confusing. I don't get it. I don't get it at all. What's the thought process here? What on earth is our thought process? What on earth is our thought process? I don't understand it. I do not understand it, guys. How can you say this, right? But then your actions are completely different. Completely different. If Guiu came to Chelsea, he would still be going back to back with Samu. Look, Samu would have been a good signing. I know I don't know very much about him, but look, the reality is that we could have done with him in the squad. We absolutely could have done with him in the squad. But at this point, I'm sort of thinking, well, if I'm Jorgensen, I must be getting pretty pissed off and disillusioned with what's happening right now. Because if I'm seeing a player in my position dropping howler after howler every single week, and I'm not getting a look in, then when on earth am I going to get a look in? That's what I'm struggling to understand. If I can't get a look in now, when am I getting a look in? Somebody please tell me that. Sanchez played for Forest Green Rovers, made awful mistakes there. Yeah, no, he did. I'm sure even our defenders play the game well. Yeah, they absolutely do. You've seen the clips on socials, the photos of the way that players have looked at Sanchez and stuff. They don't rate this guy. They don't trust this guy. So yeah, I mean, look, he obviously transmits a nervousness to the defense. It's not a good position. There's no way the defense trusts Sanchez. No way. yeah, Penders is potentially exciting. There's a long, long way to go until he gets anywhere near the Chelsea first team. So, like, if you got that, if your hopes are that high for Jorgensen, why are you not just putting him in? Because he should be raging right now. Yeah, exactly. If he must be thinking, when am I getting a chance? Where is my opportunity? Because right now it's very difficult to see where his opportunity is coming from. Very difficult to see where his opportunity comes. I don't know where his opportunity is. I really don't know. I really don't know where the opportunity is for him. You know, I don't get it. I don't understand it. I don't understand anything we do. Guys, we're 200 in the building. Big up your damn selves. Keep smashing that like button. We're 6 likes away from 130. Run it up, run it up, run it up. No, and I've said that. I've said that, which is why I said, yes, in reality, we could have done with him. But I said that, that I was, wrong on that Samu situation. I said I was wrong. Bro, that's a question I don't know the answer to. I've got absolutely no idea. No idea how long we're going to continue with this process for. But it unfortunately feels like it could well be a while longer, guys. It feels like it could be a while longer. It feels like it could be a while longer. Bro, this is big. This is big on Monday. This is a big one Monday night. A big one. Yeah, it's huge. Anyway, the notion that Sanchez is a ball-playing keeper is a fallacy. Yeah, we should have kept Petrovic and been the fraud. We should have done. But the reason that Petrovic was sent on loan to Strasbourg is supposedly they didn't think he was very good with his feet. But the reality is there was no market to get rid of Sanchez. That's the reality. Tell is smart to reject us. It's going to be the start of many top prospects rejecting this project. Yeah, bro, I said this at the top of the show. Absolutely spot on. I think it is. I absolutely think it is. Bro, have you watched Petrovic at Strasbourg? He's been doing much better in that regard. Much better in that regard, guys. A lot better. Guys, keep running it up. 8 likes from 140. Gonna do about another 5 minutes, then got to get off. Courtois trusted his ability and forced the club into making him number 1. Play me or I leave. He's still left, but Chelsea had a great goalkeeper. Yeah, Jorgensen can't be happy on the bench. I agree. And the biggest worry is, right, or the biggest shock, well, I say shock, the biggest issue is that we never replaced Courtois. We haven't had a good goalkeeper since Thibaut Courtois. That's mad. That's mad. Absolutely mad. I hate this modern approach with passing out the back. Yeah, but that's the way the modern day game's gone. Yeah, Mendy was ridiculous for about 18 months. I wouldn't classify having Mendy as having a top-class keeper. He was very good for 18 months, and now man's chilling, getting the bag in Saudi. Fair play to him. Yeah, exactly. It's a spot that no player would want to come to a club that seems to have no stability in so many areas. Yeah, it's a massive problem. It's a massive problem. Bro, it's because Jorgensen's not the number 1. He'll play the odd Premier League game here and there. I think he's played 2 Premier League games. And he's a Conference League keeper. But ultimately, we've got no idea how good Philip Jorgensen is because he's not been given a chance. I suspect that this is also. I suspect this is also true. Yeah, he did. He did call him that the other day after he made some brilliant saves as Strasbourg beat Lille 2-1 on Saturday night. Yeah, that did happen. That absolutely did happen. Correct, it did happen. Jorgensen just needs to be put in for the rest of the season. It's not even a difficult decision to make. Stick him in for the remainder of the season. That is not a tough decision to make, guys. Not a tough decision to make. So I don't know why it's seemingly so difficult. There's obviously other issues at play here, club politics and things like that. That has to be the case. Because I can't think of any other reason. Can't think of any other reason. But yeah, let's have a quick look. What else is popping off, people? What else is popping off? Let's see. Yeah, tricky. Real tricky at the moment. Real tricky. Let's see. What else is happening? But yeah, there's nothing in terms of any update on Joao Felix or anyone like that. There's not really an awful lot of updates on anyone right now. We're running out of time. What are these directors doing? Brother, that is the big question. What are these directors doing? Because no one seems to know. And yet they claim they're doing stuff and they claim that they're busy. Well, guys, what are you busy doing? What are you busy doing? Because right now, you are seemingly doing absolutely fuck all. That is what is seemingly going on right now. You seem to be doing nothing. Absolutely nothing. And until that changes, I mean, yeah, we still can't get Cassidy out the door. I think that's very close to being done, but we still can't get him out the door. You know, what's that about? You know, what is that about? We still can't get Cassidy out the fucking door. Cassidy's meant to have been leaving for the last 27 days, and he still hasn't left. Stick Felix up. We're not, bro. We cannot play Felix up front. Yeah, we have to wait and see. We have to wait and see, guys. I don't know what the plan's going to be. Felix should be starting. He should be getting more opportunities. Carney, he's unfortunately just not good enough. I like him. I think there's potential there, but who's he playing ahead of? Who's he playing ahead of? Because please tell me. Please tell me. Because I can't hear it. I don't understand. We bought in the third Brighton keeper and we expect him to be good. Yep, it's madness. That is criminal. That it is absolutely criminal. But yeah, guys, I'm going to round this one out here. Big up to. Let me just quickly answer this. What striker do you think we'll get? I think I agree. I think we'll end up getting Delap. Guys, going to round it out here. Big up to everyone that's tuned in. Big love for all of the support as always. It's really appreciated, guys. What's going on with Kellyman? He's been injured. He's reportedly going to go on loan to the Championship, but now there's been a change of plan. He's going to continue his recovery and development at Cobham. But yeah, guys, big love for the support. Day 27, so far, nothing. Disappointment as the previous 26 days have been. Big love for the support. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Smash the likes on the way out. Subscribe if you're new around here. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'll be back later on if there's any major news. If not, I'll see you guys tomorrow, 1 p.m. I'll be on with Sava, Football Heritage TV, panel show tonight, 6 p.m. Make sure you come and show me some love over there, guys, if you're around. But yeah, as always, guys, big up the Chelsea, all that good stuff. Smash the like, subscribe. We're out. Peace.